Sunday evening, Glock hit 6. DC Wolf grabbed the mic, spit them Auburn tricks. War Eagle chant echo through the mix. On that YouTube channel, Golf Sports, get your fix. Huddle up, game day replays. Highlights on deck, watch them Tigers amaze. From the field to the court, stories that blaze. DC Wolf's got the scoop, so tune in, press play. Huddle up, game day replays. Highlights on deck, watch them Tigers amaze. From the field to the court, stories that blaze. DC Wolf's got the scoop, so tune in, press play. Auburn Addicts, every move, every play. DC Wolf got the news, best believe what he say. Sunday evening 6, catch the live display. War Eagle in the house, show him the way. Recaps and stats break down so neat. From the fans in the stands to the players in cleats. Orange and blue, we never face defeat. Sunday night swag can't be beat. DC Wolf, he the GOAT, no debate. All the big plays, he on tape. From Tumor's Corner to Jordan Harrier Gate, Auburn reigns supreme, checkmate. Got the interviews, got the insider's view. When it's Sunday at 6, Wolf go come through. For the fans and the fam, it's a Bama coup. Smashing that subscribe, Wolf's crew grew. Smashing that subscribe, Wolf's crew grew.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's about that time. Auburn News Today. Have you heard? I am DC Wolf, Auburn News TV, Auburn TV, Auburn Addicts-TV, Auburn News Today. I got my man. I'm excited, man. I can't even get the title thing out, man. I'm excited, man. It's Selection Sunday, man. I got my man, Nick Frazier, that guy, the ice cold brother from the Water Cooler Talk Sports. Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Auburn Talk, man. We talking SEC talk over there, man. My man Nick Frazier and my man, the mayor. What's up, Nick? How you doing today, man?
Feeling well, man. Feeling great. How you feeling yourself? How you feeling?
Oh, man. Great, man. Ready for this Selection Sunday, man. I got a few questions for you, man. Slazy going to join us in a minute, man.
Okay.
As usual, when we do the selection shows, Slazy usually join us, man, for the antics. But I got a few questions for you before we bring Slazy on, man.
All right.
What's up, Huggy? How you doing, man? Ain't nothing, man. We nothing good, but Auburn, man. Auburn. You know what I'm saying? We about to talk about this Auburn basketball, man. As a selection show. Come on, let me know when it's coming on, Nick. If you got to show up, you know, I won't be running my mouth when it comes on.
It's already on.
It's already on. Okay.
Yeah, we're just waiting on them to say who going well. What's up?
Okay. Well, let me bring Asia on. Bring Asia on this thing, man. Bring Slay. What up, Slay?
What's happening?
Hey, chilling. What?
Watching this selection show right here.
Okay, let me put it up, man. Let me pull it up. Pull up the selection show.
So we are the #1 overall seed.
Okay.
In the South region.
Kentucky.
Huh?
Yeah, we got to play in Lexington, Kentucky, though.
So Auburn is the #1 seed.
#1 overall.
Yeah, we're the #1 overall
seed.
We play on Thursday in Lexington. And we play the winner out of Alabama State or St. Francis.
Oh.
Why you say all, Nick?
Because Alabama State gonna win, and we will have to beat Alabama State. Oh, man.
I mean, I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? It'll be cool to get all Alabama, you know, the Alabama State deal. You know what I mean? For the selection, you know what I'm saying, to play Alabama State. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool for us to play Alabama State and then to play Auburn, you know, for the first.
You said the other team was St. Francis was the other team?
Yeah.
Yep. St. Francis. And then Thursday is Louisville Creighton.
Yeah, this isn't a bad bracket.
Michigan. Oh man.
Oh
Michigan.
no, we got Yale, man, in our bracket.
Yee! But
Yikes.
look though, we got Michigan in our bracket with Trey Donaldson. Them just won the Big Ten title, man. So
we must be missing something. Like, where are y'all watching it at? Because I'm watching it on ESPN. Where y'all watching it at?
CBS.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, CBS. I think CBS is carrying it. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Yeah, so you're gonna probably be a little bit behind. But see, so man, Trey Donaldson. Yeah, Trey Donaldson is at Michigan, man. So that would be an interesting matchup.
Interesting.
If they play Michigan, man. Yeah, they just won their championship. So, Ole Miss is a 6 seed.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego, Iowa State, is a 3 seed. And let's go.
Oh, North Carolina got in. Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, you know they gonna, it's hard to leave them out with the brand they are. You know what I'm saying? And while we doing this, while we talking, man, I'll bring up the comments. He said, by the way, Nick got them bars for you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Huggy got them. All right, Huggy, send them to me, Huggy. Send them to me when you get a chance.
Okay. War Eagle, what's up, King Richard? How you doing, King Richard? You know what I'm saying?
What up, King Richard? How you feeling, my guy?
Marquette in New Mexico.
Okay.
Marquette with the 7th seed. We're just doing a college bracket watch party on here today, just talking about Auburn basketball. And as it settled down, we're gonna kind of talk about the game with Tennessee, man, which was and Slay. So let's recap. Auburn number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
They played one of Alabama State, which is cool, man. St. Francis, Louisville, number 2 seed, Creighton. And then Michigan, the Fighting Trey Donaldsons. They're playing now. That was at Auburn last year. They'll be playing 12 seed in San Diego. UC San Diego, my bad. And number 4 seed Texas A&M is in our bracket, man.
Mm-hmm.
Number 13 Yale. Can Yale do it again?
That'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see.
Thoughts, y'all, as y'all what y'all think, man, as y'all watching this? What do y'all think?
I mean, it's what do they have? 16 quad wins Auburn had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to give them number 1 overall seed. Come on,
right.
I mean, unless you have people that were just looking at the past 2 weeks, and they were just like, oh, they shouldn't deserve it. I mean, come on, man. They've been the best team. They've been the best team all year, so they deserve to have the number 1 overall seed.
Correct.
What you think?
I agree. I like our portion of the bracket. I'm actually very pleased. I was just telling DC before this, I was hoping that maybe they didn't put Alabama or Florida or Tennessee in our portion of the bracket. So I'm glad they didn't do that. But Auburn definitely deserves it despite the last 2 weeks. But I guess we can get into it later. But the last 2 weeks definitely concerns me for the rest of tournament play.
No, I agree with that, man. Because what are we, 2 or 3? 2 of the no, what are we, 1 and 3?
3 of the last
3 of the last 4?
Yeah, we've lost 3 of the last 4 games.
1 and 3 in the last 4, man. That is concerning. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I mean, for me as a fan, might not be concerning to Bruce and the team, but it's concerning to me, man. Straight up. Okay, got that. Anything else concerning y'all? Are y'all concerned?
No, not at all.
You're not concerned? Not at all.
No, I think you're refocusing.
Asia.
I'm concerned. And I'm more concerned about the free throw issue because especially out of the last 3 or 4, we've been very inconsistent and free throws have been a big issue in the games that we have lost.
Yeah, I agree. And to me, I've been saying this for the last few games. That's why I predict Auburn to slide down the stretch. The inside game is lacking. Offensive boards are lacking. It just boards, period. Playing tough in the paint is lacking, and free throws, man. It's going back to we got put out last year down the stretch in critical positions in the game. We couldn't hit free throws against Yale. When we played Houston, I don't know how many Houston free throws when we got exited and outed by Houston. It was the same issue, man. Down the stretch in critical places, we could not hit free throws, and we did it against Alabama. Critical points, we couldn't hit free throws. Tennessee, bro, we could have won the game. Auburn, with 6 minutes left, they knocked off a 12-point lead, man, and took it down to 2. Missed some critical 3-point shots, but also free throws. I think they were like 13 for 22, maybe something like that in that area. 50%. That is, and they said that's the first time they shot under 60% free throws. Okay, like why now? But that is concerning to me because that was our early exit out of the last 2 tournaments is free throws down the stretch. So, Jonathan said, "Is it too late for a quote?" But from my daughter, we're number 1. We're number 1. No, it's not too late, man.
That's what's up.
Jonathan says our side of the bracket looks pretty easy. Shout out to the Auburn baseball team.
Shout out to
Won
them.
the series against
Shout out.
Vanderbilt. Wow. We went in against Vanderbilt, man. You know what I'm saying? That's something to say in baseball. If we can only do it in football, though. Bet how you want me to send them. You want them text or audio, bro?
Audio. You can send them audio.
Yo, trash. Who trash there? Who trash there? Who trash there? Who is trash? Who is trash, man?
Come on,
Man,
Unc.
who is trash? Stan,
Come on, Unc.
Stan the man, the Tennessee fan. Stan the newsman, the Tennessee fan, man. As you know, we have a cartoon caricature of him that, you know, does Auburn updates on basketball from time to time, man. You know what I'm saying? We might have to bring Stan the newsman, the Tennessee fan, back for Tennessee for the NCAA tournament, man. Stan, who is trash, man? Answer that, man. Because I know, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, Tennessee beat us. Tennessee got us. They got us. But, man, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Florida did that deal to y'all, man.
They sure did.
They did that deal to y'all, man. You know, you got to deal with Keith on that. Keith, a Gator fan, that's my cousin. You got to deal with Keith on that one, man. Bubba, what's up? Bubba, and the old man stumbling into the tournament is a bad sign. Yes, to
I
me,
agree.
Bubba, I'm concerned. Bubba, why are you concerned? What are you specifically concerned about? Ed Darby, come on down. What's concerning to me is shooting 59% from the line and Broom shooting 62% from the line. Yes, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm, I didn't want to like call out specific names. Okay, we back. Mississippi State is what? And I'm gonna get to you. We're gonna talk about that Ed in a second. I was just trying to update the tournament. Duke number 1, and they play American. I've never heard of American. Have y'all heard of American? I have never heard of American. American and St. Mary's. They play that one. Mississippi State is in as an 8 seed playing Baylor. All right. Oregon, number 5 seed, and that's where we are now. But yeah, I agree with you, Ed, man. Me and Slay was just talking about that. The free throw shooting is a big concern. Liberty Bibberty, Hugh Freeze old school is in the tournament, man, as a 12 seed. Awesome. Arizona playing who? Arizona is a 4 seed playing. I don't know who yet.
Akron. That's what's up. Okay. Yeah, Ed, I'm with you, man. Yeah, Slay was just talking about that about free throws, man. I don't know what to say about it, man. I know for a fact Bruce Pearl is making every single one of them shoot free throws till their arms fall off. Really? Okay. Auburn ranked somewhere in the 120s in free throw shooting as a team. That's sad, bro. That's sad. Yeah, it's totally unacceptable, man. And again, that's the reason if you look, and I know like Nick say, man, there's other reasons teams lose. It's not just, you can not always point on one thing. It's other things combined. But just that one thing is a concern to me, is that free throw shooting is stagnant offense is a major issue, consistently landing in the final 5 of the shot clock and not getting good shots isn't survivable in a tournament play. I agree, man. I agree. Let me ask y'all this, and let me ask y'all this, Nick and Slade. If you guys were the Auburn football coach, Auburn basketball coach, and Janai Broome was up for Player of the Year, and I'm not saying this happened or whatever, but just if you guys were the coach, okay, Janai Broome was up for Player of the Year. And coming down the stretch is coming down to him and somebody else. Would you purposefully run the offense through Janai Broome to get him the Player of the Year? If you know you had the number 1 seed and all that stuff locked up, if you was a coach, is that ethical? Or you know what I'm saying? What would you do? What's wrong with it?
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know. I don't know. I'm asking you. Is that an ethical thing? Is it okay to sacrifice? You know what I'm saying? Maybe team wins to just try to get this person that, like, in football, I want to get this guy like Hunter. You want to get him over 1,000 yards. So, okay, we're not going to try to even get a first down here, man. We're going to run this and get Hunter these balls to get him 1,000 yards. How do you feel about that?
Yes.
Okay. You okay with that? Okay.
I'm trying to get as much. Because you gotta look at this. Yeah, I look at it from this perspective. I'm not looking at it just from the simple fact of yes, that helps as well. But the thing about it is too, I see it from the fact of the matter of the individual. Like, why not try to get that individual awards? Because that adds to your trophy case, that adds to your recruiting pitch to players. Like with Saquon, like I still feel like the Eagles should have tried to try to help Saquon get the all-time single season rushing record. And things stuff like that in the NFL. Like that matters. That's history. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting. So I say yes, as much as you possibly get.
What you think, Slay?
If he gives us the best chance to win, and him running the offense through him gives us the best chance to win, then absolutely. Of course, I agree with Nick that it does embellish your trophy case and it does help recruiting. But what also helps recruiting is winning games and winning championships. So if that's the best option, if running it through him is the best option, then yeah, I'll go that route.
Yeah, because I read someone say someone's opinion was the offense is not running like it runs because Bruce. This is just their opinion, so I'm not saying this is what I just thought it was an interesting comment. They were saying that they felt that he was running the offense different to run it through Janai because player of the year thing and trying to get those accolades for him, and then during the tournament they'll probably go back to what they were doing before then.
So who would they run the offense through before that?
To Bubba's point, whoever had the hot hand, like Bubba said, it's a stagnant offense now because think about it. If you're running it through Janai Broome, you just running it through a low post play, so you slowing the game down, and it is to a point. That's exactly what Bubba's saying. It looks different. In the beginning of the year, man, it was just who had the hot hand. If it was who shooting threes, it wasn't necessarily running through Janai Broome. It was just, man, it was running through whoever. It was just kind of like, man, we just running this offense and we running it through whoever. It might be the guards this day. It was depending probably more upon the matchup.
The offense has always ran through Janai Broome.
Well, I don't.
So what y'all are seeing, what y'all were seeing was the fact of the matter is to your point of saying the offense looks stagnant. To you and Bubba's point, it looks stagnant. Yes, because it stayed in his hands. But the thing is, back before then, the problem was that if he had the ball and there was a better open shot, then yes, he would give the ball up. He's been holding on to it more now because he's had an advantage on the post with his little, spin move to the baseline, putting it up with the left hand, turning into the paint, putting it up with the right hand. He's had an advantage the past couple of games. Now, has that turned into wins all the time? No, because what it does is it diminishes what a Denver Jones can shoot. It diminishes what a Miles Kelly can do. It diminishes what a Chaney Johnson can step out and shoot the ball as well. But I understand where y'all coming from when y'all say that. But the offense has always been running through Janai Broome. I mean, it's not like he's not averaged almost 20 points in the season. And the offense has been running through him.
No, I'm not saying he's not. That's not the reason I'm saying like he's averaged 20 points a game. But it's just like you said, that's, you see what I'm saying? And like I said, this is not necessarily based on my beliefs. I just saw the comment and I thought it was a very interesting comment. So you have to ask, is he holding the ball because, okay, I'm trying to score because of the player of the year stuff? So then you have to ask that question. You don't have to ask it. I think that is what the person is insinuating. Not that it's true or not. I just thought it was pretty interesting. We need that heart that they played with at the beginning of the year and not what they played with at the end of the season. Yeah, I agree. I don't. Yeah. And missing open shots is rough, especially if you can't get offensive boards. Bubba, I'm saying the same thing, bro. I'm saying the same thing. Offensive boards, they're not protecting the paint well. And again, free throws. Not gonna belabor that. Auburn playing like it's recess back in the day and not playing like it's for the season.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
They are, man. They are really.
That is funny right there.
That is hilarious, man.
That's a funny statement right there. You feel like they're in recess. They just trying to get a passing grade. That's all. They're just trying to get a passing grade. That's it.
Trying to do just enough.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Just enough to get a passing grade, bro.
And then it's just enough until it becomes not enough.
Right, man. But yeah, So I wonder, what's got to be the difference if you You know, it's like, are you gonna turn on some magical button? And maybe again, we don't rely so heavily on the inside game, because to say, okay, I'm not concerned, it's like, what are you expecting? What are y'all expecting them to do, to turn on some kind of magical? What is the magical button they're gonna turn on to return to the team they were in the beginning of the season when they was just running cats off the court versus what they're doing now?
I look at it from
what is that magic button?
I look at it from a whole different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit here and say Auburn is a different team. The same problems that they had that we're seeing now are the same problems they were having at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Janai Broome wasn't shooting the free throws well then. Excuse me. Miles Kelly, he was hurt at the beginning of the season. Then when he came back on, he didn't really catch on until probably midway through January. Miles Kelly was shooting the ball. It's like a lot of the things that we're seeing it's just amplified because of the fact that Auburn lost 3 of the last 4. That's all it is.
That's huge, though. That's everything.
This is the thing about Auburn. If we've watched Auburn all season, this is what's been going on. Auburn plays hard, then they go into this lull in the game, where they get into this lull to where it's just like, all right, we just gonna kind of like see what happens, and we just gonna see what happens, and then we come back out and then we just take off. That's what it is.
Okay.
The difference now is that a lot of teams have caught on to it to where now they're like, okay, we know that Janai Broome can't shoot free throws. We know if we get Dylan Cardwell in trouble, there's nobody that comes behind him that can protect the paint. So what they're doing is, what it's causing them to do is, if we can get 2 quick fouls on the Dylan Cardwell, guess what? That takes an athletic guy that's protecting the middle out of the paint. And so now you bring in a smaller Chaney Johnson who can't do who I'm not gonna say can't, but isn't as energetic or athletic as it is as a Dylan Cardwell is there. So basically, you're taking the defense out of the game. You're taking the rebounding out of the game. So then it comes into that, and then now you're knowing now we've seen that Janai Broome is not shooting the free throw well. So what we gonna do? We're gonna foul him and put him on the free throw line and make him shoot it. So we're going to force you all to take the ball, because we know you want to get the ball down low to him on the post. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna force him to get down there, make a move, and we're gonna foul him. We're gonna make him earn it at the free throw line, knowing that he ain't gonna make it majority of the time. 48% of the time, he ain't gonna make it. Because when he got fouled in yesterday's game, I sat there and watched it. That foul that shouldn't have been a foul on the dude from Tennessee, when he was just rebounding the basketball. I'm sitting there watching, and I said out loud, I said, it don't even matter, because he ain't gonna make one, or he ain't gonna make them both anyway. So wow. So basically the thing is, it's just game planning. That's all it is. So what it is now is people have caught on to what Auburn is doing. Nothing's changed. Auburn can still make the shots. Auburn can still make a run when they want to. They still go into that little lull when they need to, and then they ramp it up. Because I'm sitting here saying, when you watching that game yesterday and Tennessee went up 60-49, a lot of people was like, this game over with. But then guess what happened? You hit 2 threes, and you come back and you make it, and you down by 2 points. So there's nothing that's different from what it is. It's just almost like situational football with Auburn. When you get into the situational part of the game, teams just know who to target and put on the line. Instead of putting a Miles Kelly or Denver Jones on the line, guess what we're going to do? We're going to force you to get the ball out of their hands, put it into the guy hands who you're saying is National Player of the Year on the block. We're going to force them inside. When we already in the penalty. So guess what? When he turns inside, more than likely 9 times out of 10 is going to be a whistle. If he makes it, is he not going to make it? Is it going to be an and one? If he misses it, guess what? He got to make both of them at the line. And 48% of the time, he ain't going to make it, because he's 62% from the free throw line. I take my eyes there. So it's just people just playing the game. Nothing's changed. There's nothing different.
So what you saying, and y'all tell me what, AJ, you can tell. So what you saying is this is the plight we're gonna take through the tournament. If nothing, you see what I'm saying? So then what you're telling me is we may have we probably beat Alabama State, but we probably have an early exit if this is what you're telling me. Nothing is gonna change, and the people have figured out what we're doing.
What Auburn should do is Auburn should run. That's what Auburn should do. Instead
right,
of
that's what they were doing in the beginning of the season.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they was doing. But they was also playing the post-up game as well with Janai Broome, getting him some easy baskets as well there. And if they're running with the ball, it doesn't give the defense a chance to set up as well. So if you run in the floor and you see this and Janai's down there, if they miss a shot, he can get it and put it back up instead of pushing it back out to the 3-point line. If he can get it and put it back up, it eliminates the opportunity for them to foul him, for him to go to the free throw line. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Let me get. I get your.
Like a young rerun. What?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, say you look like a young rerun, man.
I didn't even know that on the screen.
Yeah, he said. Huggy said. Send him the email, Nick.
WCTpod@gmail.com. WCTpod@gmail.com.
We got it. Hugh, what's up, Hugh Harbon? What's going on? I think so far the quote of the day, man. Free throws are only free if the ball goes through the net. Absolutely, man.
Preaching to the choir.
How would you say, Slay?
Preaching to the choir, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Stan Howard, man. Waste management, bro.
That's crazy, man. Trash. Hey, I got a question for y'all though. Do y'all think Janai Broome is a draft pick in the NFL, or are we looking at him as a second round pick or late first round?
Not in the NFL, but
not in the NFL. NBA, my bad, because I got the NFL on my mind because I'm getting ready for this draft in April. But I'm just saying, like, what do you think? Like, is he a first round, or is he a first round talent, or is he a second round guy? In y'all opinion?
Hey, what you think?
Second round.
Yeah, I think if he goes in the first round, it'll be the end of the first round.
Right.
Yeah, I think it'll be the end of the first round, second round.
Of the first round.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What you think, man? What do you think? What you think?
If I'm watching Janai Broome, right, and this is a totally honest opinion, and I'm gonna preference this because I preference this. This is how I preference this. If you were asking me this about an NFL player, I could give you a scout. I can give you a what's the name and a grade on. The thing about basketball is I don't know how to grade guys. I just go off of what my eyes tell me.
Sure. Yeah.
It's different from it's different from when you're looking at an NFL guy. You can say NFL guy, he's quick, he's got long speed, he's got great hands, his eye got great eyes, needs to work on his strength, needs to work on his lateral quickness, stuff like that. Now, if I'm looking at Janai Broome, I feel like Janai Broome is a little too slow for the NBA. I feel like Janai Broome needs to put on some muscle mass for the NBA. He looks a little bit small to me compared to what's in the NBA now. Now let's get now. I'm gonna say this, and I'm just being completely honest with it. Just being completely honest. I feel like there's a spot for him in the NBA. Maybe as what you would consider to be if he was playing a 4 position rather than being a 5. It almost like the comp that I get when I see him play is like an almost a little bit lesser athletic version of Draymond Green.
Okay.
Without the defensive part to him. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I see when I see him. I just don't know, like, could he be that type of, like, what will be his thing that can keep him in the NBA? Like, is it 3-point shooting? I know it's not going to be his post game, but it's probably going to have to be somewhere if he can step out and make himself considered to be a stretch 4 type guy. So it'll be interesting.
Asia, you got anything on it?
I feel like he's really slow.
Say it again now.
I feel like he's really slow.
Okay.
Like watching him play, it almost feels like watching someone play in slow motion. And I also feel like he doesn't come off the ground. He's blocking, when he's setting up, like he doesn't come off the ground. It's almost like he just rocks his heels off the ground. I feel like he could be, like Nick said, a little more athletic, a little quicker, and I feel like that would make him look better and make him more prepared for the NBA.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
That's good.
Like when I watch him, like the only thing, like I watch Dylan Cardwell play. Like Dylan Cardwell is an athletic dude. Like he's an athletic big guy. The problem is he's one of those old school type athletic big guys. He can't shoot the basketball. Like if Dylan Cardwell had Janai Broome skills and he could step out and shoot, we probably talking about a lottery pick for Dylan Caldwell.
Absolutely.
Because he plays because he can play. He plays defense very, very well. He jumps. His vertical is amazing. And the thing about it is, when they be throwing them lobs, like he be getting up to catch some basketballs. The only thing is, he doesn't have an offensive game at all.
Yeah,
none whatsoever. If he had a drop step, if he had a little hook shot or something, we probably talking about Dylan Caldwell as a second round pick here. I'm just saying, but he has no offensive game at all.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. If he had just half of Janai Broom's skill set on the offensive side, I believe he would be a lottery pick. I don't think that was a stretch when you said it, because he has the athleticism. He's man, the defense is out of the roof, man. Everything about him, except man for his offensive game. If he had a spin move, something in the paint, a fall away, a little baby hook shot, just a couple. If he had just two, maybe a baby hook shot and a fall away or something, spin move or something. Yes, he would be a first rounder, man, for sure. Jonathan says, I know for a fact, even if we made free throws and beat Tennessee, we was not beating Florida.
Yeah, Florida right now is on the road, bro.
Florida's a potential national championship. Like they could potentially win this whole thing.
I'm looking. We exert so much. They got Oklahoma and UConn. They got UConn.
I'm very interested to talk about these brackets, man.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna catch it up, and then we're gonna hit the brackets. Y'all get the brackets up so we can go through them. Hugh says we exert so much on both ends. The team got beat up a little and got leg weary. Shots don't get made when they need to rest. Need a rest. I agree with that. Broom has to be more consistent playmaking when they send the baseline doubles. He can't keep spinning into the doubles. You got to spray the ball out and get the defense into rotation. I agree. Bama is a number 2 seed. We're gonna get into the seeding. Huggy speaking. How you doing, Miss Asia? Here you go with the Miss Asia stuff. Hey Nick. Hey Nick and Asia.
DC, what's up? What's
up, Jonathan Taylor?
Hey, Miss Asia. Anyway, Jedi Brew should be the offense regardless. We do need to move. We do need to be more creative with sets to get him the ball, get him on the short roll, and let him play make, overload the opposite side, and get him an advantage. If we can't just be, it can't just be low post ups. We need more movement. That's what Bubba says. I agree. There's a lot of sitting and watching. So I think everybody's saying the same thing, man. The double big lineups haven't been nearly as effective. The spacing issues are clearly affecting Janai, especially with Cardwell. Auburn been getting out rebounded and destroyed on second chance points. Yes, I've been crying about that. Auburn hasn't been in the open floor. The game will slow down in the dance like the NBA playoffs. Y'all think so? You think it's gonna? Man, I don't know, bro.
No, okay. I don't know if it'll slow down like it does in the NBA playoffs. I think it slows down in the playoffs because they have to play. They have to win 4 out of 7.
Yeah.
So the more that you play that person, the more you kind of understand their tendencies. But in a single elimination bracket, I think you.
Cats gonna be running, bro.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be running.
They're gonna be running. I saw Janai in the post and CBM, Chaney, Kelly, and Jones sit there like they saw a 10-10 in the crowd. Stuck in quicksand. That happened way too much. Yes. They about to hack Janai instead of hack a Shaq. Yes. It seems like Auburn has become less aggressive on defense. That too, and it may be what was said before, that they're playing on both sides. Maybe they got weary legs, and maybe they do need to rest. I think everybody to a man was like, okay, it doesn't matter if they don't win the SEC tournament. We're cool with that, as long as they can get a rest and get their feet under them, and get ready to go for the tournament. Teams will hack a Shaq if the game is close. I wouldn't blame them because I would do it too. That's what Ed says. Janai isn't an NBA player. Third round G League. Dang.
Wow.
Whoa. Stay hard on Janai, man. And I get what, and I talked to Stan about this, and his whole thing is Janai. He doesn't feel like Janai is reaching his full potential. You know what I'm saying? As far as just from the standpoint of getting up and down the floor, you know what I'm saying, and as fast as you can, jumping, like Slay just said, jumping, man, just using your full ability, he's what, 6'10", 6'11", using your full frame. Bubba says Janai is a late first round, early second round guy, depending on how he tests. Me and Bubba talked before the show and got our answers aligned together. He's either late second or undrafted. Wow. Janai isn't athletic enough. Everybody talking about athleticism. Every single thing Nick said about Janai was said about
Zach Edey. Yeah.
Okay. Janai isn't great at anything. Golly, man.
That is a good point.
But to Janai's defense, man, to Janai's defense, when he came in, he was defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Valley Conference,
yeah, he was defensive player of the year, man. With Janai, man, to me, the difference in his frame and what it looks like and when he first came, man, Janai has put on some weight. To me, it looked like he done put on some weight and kind of maybe got a step slower. Janai is a back to the basket guy, which won't work. He is ideally a small ball 5. God, a small ball 5? If he can become a league average shooter from the corner with rim protection potential, maybe comp for him is Bobby Portis.
My comp for him is Draymond Green. Same size, 6'9", 6'10".
Okay.
Can step out and make the 3 every now and then. I mean, the defense. If Janai can get his defense up on par with what a Draymond Green is, I think that's the comp for him.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't see what his offensive package is going to. I'm trying to understand how it's going to translate to the NBA. And I don't.
Sure. But then you got to think about this too, man. Is like the defenses in the NBA are not comparable to the SEC as far as how they allow them to play. You know what I'm saying? The rules and stuff like that. So he might have a better offensive chance in the NBA, but it's more athletic guys. So yeah, I agree with that, man. PhD says, "Hey, hello, DC and Nick. I'm on a plane and still show up." That's what I'm talking about. PhD, what's up? How you doing, PhD? Type made the prediction that Auburn would get put out. He texted me, was like, "Yeah, I said Auburn would get put out before Alabama, but I didn't know we get put out right after y'all."
Yeah, what they lost about 22? Alabama lost about 22.
Jesus, man. Christ. Yeah, man. So yeah, PhD go show up, man. Appreciate you, PhD. Be safe out there, PhD, on them planes. Bubba Portis is a better defender, and we're about to get to the brackets. Dylan Caldwell is a better NBA prospect than Janai. He can be a backup, third big, who's a lob threat, a rim protecting big. He don't need an offensive game. Most NBA backup bigs don't have an offensive game, man. Agreed, Bubba. So we saying Janai Broome and Dylan Caldwell going. And Jonathan Taylor, I agree, but Janai has shown flashes to be a similar level defender. He has, man. He can defend, man. Flashes in the NBA isn't enough for you. Need to be it. Isn't enough you need to be it. Jonathan Taylor, development is a thing, man, bro. Developing at what? Okay. He said, Huggy said, "No, I ain't like that, DC. In this case, it's to show respect. I've been doing that forever, man." I just know a dude who be like, "Hey, Miss Lady, how much development do you think is left in Janai?" I couldn't get it out, man. I couldn't get it out. That's just what I was thinking. He'll be better as a rim protector and shooter for sure once he gets into an NBA program. Okay. So you're gonna get him a shooting coach and all that stuff. I don't know about the perimeter defense that a player like Portis has. Absolutely, he ain't playing on the perimeter. Okay. Janai also 6'9", Edie is 7'3" or something. He said that's what he's saying. Hot take right here. Draymond Green would be out of the league if not for Curry. I don't know about that, man. What you think about that? I think
I don't know about that one either. I think Draymond has a certain skill set that is Draymond plays bigger than what he is.
Okay. Huggy says Bobby Portis is one of his favorite players. Draymond is 6'6", and he can push the pace on the break. But in terms of short roll playmaker, back to the basketball passer, I can see the comp offensively, Nick. What's up, sharpshooters? What's going on, man? We want to ask you, Sharp. We just asked them, is Janai Broome an NBA player? If you think he get drafted, does he go first or second round, man? Check out sharpshooters. They talking that NBA too. So that's why I asked Sharp, man, because Sharp talk NBA. He said you're a rational hater. Jonathan, wow, man.
What?
They came out of nowhere, bro. They came out of nowhere.
That's what I said. I was looking at like, huh?
All right, we're gonna get to the brackets, man. We all both up, man. To be Draymond, that means Broome is a point forward. It just depends on who drafts him and the system. Draymond's skills fit Kerr scheme better. Okay. He said, Bubba, I'm just talking, man. What's up, 5 Adam? Big men in the NBA, if they can play defense and in term protect,
In turn, protect the paint and pick and roll and rebound and finish layup. They can play a long time. That's what he
Okay, decipher that for me. Nick is the translator, man.
No, he's saying big man. He's saying right now in the way that the NBA is right now, if big men have guard skills as well as can do the other stuff defensively, then they can do it. So basically, if they can play defense perimeterly, if they can move their feet, if they can protect the right, if they can protect the rim, if they can play the pick and roll, they can rebound.
Thank you, Nick.
If they can, finish at the rim, they should be able to play for a while. But here's the thing about the NBA though. The NBA is everybody ain't gonna do that. In the NBA, you gotta find your spot. Like, what is your spot? Like, are you a post up 3-point shooter? Because you can make money doing that. Mm-hmm. You'll definitely be on a team doing that. Are you a 6-man? Mm-hmm. Are you gonna come in? Are you gonna be able to give a team 15 to 18 points a night? Mm-hmm. Or are you gonna be able to give a team 13 to 14 points a night? So and when I look at Janai Broome, man, I'm looking at this and I'm like, if he can consistently develop and consistently hit that 3-point shot consistently, like if he gets to the not NFL, if he gets to the NBA and we can sit here and say Janai Broome is shooting the 3 38% of the time, he will be on the NBA team for at least the next decade.
If he can get him 10 on the NBA team, bro, he there forever.
Yeah. If we look at the end of the year, we be like, all right, Janai Broome 38% from 35. We say 35% from 3. Oh yeah, he on the NBA team. He NBA team will sign him, and he'll probably he'll make a nice living. He'll make a very nice living doing that. And I think that's where he's going to have to develop the 3-point shot. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay. He said Bobby is a dog, man. Bubba says Bobby is a dog. Sharp thoughts on the 2 seed, man. He want to know what you think about Alabama and the 2 seed. Sharp from Sharpshooters Podcast, man. He say they talk NBA there all the time. So he said he doesn't think Janai is a first round talent. He said, no, I got a Mackin version of Miss, but like Pimp C said, I ain't paying for it. And mine ain't free. That's what's up. He said, Jonathan was hating on Dre. That's why I was saying he was hating. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Let's get to the brackets, y'all. Y'all got the brackets. If Janai shoots 32% from the 3 and gets boards and blocks shots, he'll be a backup for a while. Yeah. Floor space and bigs are in demand right now. Yes. I agree, Sharp. And Ed Darby says Brooke Lopez reinvented his game and extended his time in the NBA.
He surely did. That is a great comp right there. He surely did. That is what's up. That's what's
all right, y'all. Let's go over the brackets. You got them ready, Slay? Slay, you there? Slay ain't there? I guess Slay on a lunch break.
Yeah, she was on mute.
Slay, you unmuted? Can't hear you, Slay. You hear Slay, Nick? I can't hear Slay.
Nope.
While Slay is doing that, hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. Go. While Slay is getting ready, go to the Water Cooler Talk Sports, man, and subscribe, like, and do all that.
We're 4 people away from hitting 600. 4 people away from hitting 600.
Go to like, subscribe to Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. And, man, follow Slay on social media. Slasia, Twitter, man. Slay, you there?
No.
Slay back. Okay, Slay, welcome to the show.
I'm back.
All right, Slay.
Man.
Talk to us about these brackets, man. You got any brackets for us, man?
I got the bracket already up right now. I'm looking at it, and a couple of interesting things to note. Of course, Florida is a 1 seed. They deserve that. 100%. I could see Florida taking it all the way. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that right now, but they're just really hot right now. And I know a lot of people were debating with them with their loss to Georgia. They had some really inexplicable losses, but I think they had a lot of injuries at that time. So they're definitely a 1 seed. What's interesting is that Alabama is across from us in the East region. So all things being equal, they could be setting us up for another IBOB.
Yep. Yes.
They could definitely be setting us up for another Iron Bowl of basketball. And I think a lot of people wanted that for the SEC championship, but as we can see, that did not happen. We do have 14 bids in the SEC to March Madness this year, which is something that Greg Sankey really wanted. He wanted a lot of SEC teams in these brackets, so that's really good as well. And I'm just trying to see the fall off of Kentucky this season needs to be studied. It's they're a 3 seed, but just seeing how they've kind of, for us to be able to go and Rupp Arena and dog walk them like that was really interesting to me. Really interesting to me. I am glad that they separated all of us in the bracket. So Tennessee is in a region, Florida's in a region, Alabama's in a region, and Auburn's in a region. They're all separate. That was one thing I wanted. Now Florida is on our side, so we might have to face them again, all things being equal.
Dang, man.
And Ole Miss is in our region too. Like they're on our side too, so we might play them 4 times.
Golly, man. So Florida is in our region.
They're not in our region. They're on our side of the bracket.
On our side of the bracket. Florida's on our side of the bracket. Alabama's on our side of the bracket.
They're on the opposite side.
What do you mean opposite side?
Yeah, they on the So you got the south and the south and the north. In the east,
explain.
In the north and the
south. So
okay.
the south and the west are on the same side of the bracket. They're both on the left.
Okay.
And then you've got east and midwest. They're on the right side of the bracket.
Gotcha.
We're on the left side of the bracket. Alabama's on the right side of the bracket.
Okay. So we wouldn't potentially face Alabama to what, a Final Four?
National championship.
National championship?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So I got you.
They have it set.
I got you now. I got you.
For an IBOB.
But you can potentially
for the national championship.
Yeah, but you can potentially play. You can potentially face Florida in the game before the national championship game.
So in the Final Four.
That's the.
So we could get Florida in the Final Four. Okay, I'm thinking when you say I was thinking they was in the other bracket. I got you. I'm trying to fix it in my mind. So in our bracket in our immediate bracket,
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M is who we need to be looking at, and Yale.
Of course. So now let's go with the bracket, the other bracket on our side that we will have to face the Final Four player. So I'm trying to fix it in my mind. So the other bracket on our side that we might have to play the Final Four player. Jesus, who's in that bracket?
Florida,
and who else?
We got St. John's in that portion of the bracket. Texas Tech in that portion of the bracket. So we could have some challenges, especially when it comes to the Final Four.
Okay.
If all things are equal.
So Ole Miss is in that bracket too?
Ole Miss is in our part of the bracket, but I just
Ole Miss is in our bracket.
Basically what she's saying is Auburn should at least get to the Elite Eight.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Looking at this bracket now, we saw what happened last year with Yale. That was just a mess in and of itself. That is a game I really don't like to think about, but all things being equal with this bracket, I do believe we shouldn't really run into issues until we get to the Elite Eight.
But we got Texas A&M in our bracket. So we have Texas A&M, which beat us in the bracket, and we have Ole Miss didn't beat us, but we have Texas A&M, Ole Miss, and Yale who beat us in the bracket.
Yeah, in that immediate part. Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to clarify for people listening. For some people like us, some people riding in their car and listening. So he's trying to clarify what's in the bracket for people who are just listening. They can't turn on the TV now. So on the other side of the NCAA tournament, in Alabama's bracket, who's in Alabama's bracket?
Duke over there.
Duke is the number 1 seed in that bracket. Great. So Duke and Alabama's in the same bracket. Great.
Yes, okay. Wonderful.
Wonderful. Okay. Go ahead.
Mississippi State over here, which they've been kind of on a hot streak recently.
Okay.
So that would be interesting to see. Oregon's in this side of the bracket. Baylor and Vandy, which Vandy's kind of
Okay.
they gave us a run for our money at some point in that game, even though we pulled out the win.
Okay.
They kind of came out hot when we played them.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they get taken out kind of early.
Okay. Okay. What? Okay. Now the last bracket. Who's in the last bracket?
Like Louisville.
The number one seed is Houston for the Midwest region, and then of course Tennessee is in that bracket.
Wow.
Kentucky.
Good.
So Georgia's in that bracket.
Whoo, that's a hard bracket.
I hope Georgia can take out Florida again.
Okay, who's else? Florida's in that bracket?
Bracket, but they would eventually have to play each other. If that makes sense.
Dude, that is a hard bracket.
Yes.
That's a hard
I feel
bracket
like
right there.
looking at these brackets, we got a good side of the stick.
Yeah, for sure.
Auburn shouldn't have a problem until they get to the Elite Eight.
So you guaranteeing me a win against Texas A&M, Nick?
But see, Texas A&M got to play Yale, and then between that game, Texas A&M will have to play the winner between Michigan and UC San Diego. So
Two people are going to get taken out.
Exactly.
I forgot Michigan is in that bracket, man.
You mean so potentially Auburn, if Auburn beats the winner between Alabama State and St. Francis, I believe it is, we just gonna give Auburn that W. So Auburn's gonna play in that bracket in this particular part of the bracket. Auburn's gonna play the winner between Louisville and Creighton. They should beat both of those teams. All right. Then after that, they play the winner between Michigan, UC San Diego, or Texas Yale. They'll play the winner between that game, those two games.
Okay, so they'll play the winner between Texas
which more than likely,
so it'll be more than likely Michigan and Texas A&M is what you're saying.
It could possibly be Michigan and Texas A&M. So if you sit there and look at that, you could possibly say Auburn has to play Texas A&M again in the Sweet 16,
or Michigan
in the Sweet 16
with Trey Donaldson,
basically. And then you look, and then I'm looking at the bottom. I'm looking at the bottom half of that bracket that Auburn got to play against. You're looking at Ole Miss, Iowa State, Lipscomb, Marquette. Marquette is an interesting school. Mm-hmm. Michigan State is interesting. So I'm sitting here saying once they get to the Elite Eight, you possibly saying it possibly could be either Ole Miss versus Marquette, or maybe Ole Miss versus Michigan State. And then when you get to the Elite Eight, you probably playing either Marquette, Michigan State, or Ole Miss in the Elite Eight. That's what I'm saying. So basically, I'm saying Auburn should Sweet 16. They should get through there, and then the Elite Eight is when you look at it and be like, all right, this is where you start playing basketball.
We have some problems.
Man, what's crazy is, dude, we could have an all SEC Final Four. We could have an all SEC National Championship. Is what's crazy about.
Yeah,
possibility right now.
Very true.
Wow. Yeah, I appreciate y'all clarifying that for me on the brackets. Bubba says, Brolo, that's my guy. Best team do not win at all time.
Talking about Florida.
Yeah. Okay. Man, yeah, Florida looking good right now, man. I can't even lie, man. I ain't trying to see Ole Miss again, man. Yeah, bro, I think we got to see Florida A&M also again. Florida head coach is smart, and he has a lot of 7-feet players which help rebound, and that is a Bruce Pearl disciple, man. That's why we having so many problems with that guy. That's why Florida knocked us off. I think we were number 2, man, in Gainesville. And then I just don't want to see Florida, man. Of all the teams, I'd rather just see Tennessee before Florida, man. Righteously, I'm anxious for you to hear what you did in the intro. However, righteously forgot to make it about the show. So it's just about how Superfly Hug is. That is the title.
The Legend of Sweet Sugar Bell.
Don't sleep on UC San Diego. Those 12 C's. Bubba, okay. There's always one double-digit C.
That makes sense. True.
Maybe C. Yeah.
That
makes noise. Yeah, for sure, man.
From experience.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, y'all. We about to get out of here, man. And I just want to ask this question. This is a random question, and I hope for this don't take all day.
Do y'all know what cover 7 is? I'm just playing.
This is a quick question I want to ask y'all, man, and ask the chat, because me and the king of the comments, Travell, we had this question. We had this discussion in the modern coaching era, and we had the same question I asked Tight about Nick Saban and Bear Bryant and the new coach to have. My question is, in eras, who has the hardest coaching job, y'all think? Was it Pat Dye? Was it Gus? Or is it Hugh Freeze?
Definitely wasn't Gus.
But what's crazy, Travell was like, it was Gus. You know what I'm saying?
See, what I gotta understand about Travell is they love Gus Malzahn.
Okay, who's they, Nick?
Gus, Travell and Marcus really love Gus Malzahn. They really love that guy. They swear that man developed the quarterbacks, and he didn't. He did not. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing: the dude, if we're going to talk who has had the worst time, it has to be Pat Dye, because Auburn was coming off of almost what? I mean, I don't know if you would consider it a semi-death penalty, but bruh, it was bad. It was bad before Pat Dye took over. I'm gonna have to go with Pat Dye.
Really? Okay, yes. That's kind of shocking, because and I'm gonna say this, and then you give me your answer, because I asked Tight about the Alabama coaches, and y'all hit the like button, man. That's the time clock. Y'all all just didn't hit the time clock, so y'all working for free. I asked Tight about it. I was like, Bear Bryant, Nick Saban, because my question to him is, if Kalen DeBoer wins 4 championships, will he be considered the greatest of all times at Alabama? And he said no. But he was saying that the Bear Bryant era was hard too because of integration, and I was like, I didn't really even think of that aspect of it. So I'll give you my answer in a minute, but go ahead, Slay. What's your answer?
With the whole Pat Dye, and I mean, Bubba said in the comments, I was reading the comments a little bit, he resurrected the program.
Okay, I mean, so y'all say Pat Dye.
Yeah, it's not Pat Dye field for nothing.
Wow, man, so, this is shocking to me. This is I didn't expect that. So
I'm guessing you about to say Hugh Freeze.
You guessing right too. It says don't care who you gotta play check ball. 5 Adam said Gus. 5 Adam says he think Gus had a harder job, man. Huggy said it's Dye. Huggy going with Dye, Nick going with Dye, Asia going with Dye.
Pat Dye.
Gus took over a really good roster. They just need a culture reset. So yeah, so Saban dominate Gus era. I guess Saban dominated the Gus era. Yes. And Bob says probably Pat Dye. He resurrected the program. Yeah, Darby said it was not Gus. So okay, it looked like 5 Adam is the only Gus guy. There's no Hugh Freeze guy, so I guess I'm gonna be standing on this hill alone. So there's more Pat Dye people. Yeah. But I'm gonna say Hugh Freeze. And I'm gonna tell you why I say Hugh Freeze. All right. I'm gonna say Hugh Freeze because Hugh Freeze inherited a trash roster also. So he's doing from the situation like, and I know Nick, you a Harsin guy. I'm not saying Harsin was a bad coach, Nick. X's and O's. He just didn't recruit.
I agree with you.
Yeah, he didn't recruit. So he inherited a trash roster, man. So he had to rebuild the personnel, I guess, in the same way Pat Dye would have had, did rebuild it. But the only reason I say it that Hugh is having a harder time, he has to rebuild the roster in the NIL portal era, from the sense that, okay, now this dude has to try to build a roster with a fall portal and a spring portal that people can up and leave your team. Like, I was just texting Tight today talking about the portal. And in the spring portal, think about this, dude. This is hard to fathom. But in the spring portal, bro, every one of Auburn quarterbacks could just leave. And just be like, man, somebody offered me $5 million. They could just leave. So it's like the roster management with the portal, I think for coaches is probably harder than any coach in history, because you can't it's hard to retain, bro. You have to put on some kind of circus act to retain players. They just up and leave, dude. With you have 2 opportunities, then they don't have to sit out. Players can just like the dude Trill, was it Trill Carter? Not Trill. No, not Trill. Not Trill. The guy that went to USC that left A&M, that was with Durkin. He left A&M. He went to USC. Number 22.
I know you're talking about. I just don't remember his name. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he left Texas A&M, transferred to Texas A&M, left them in the spring portal. He didn't even play for. He went to them in the fall portal. When the spring portal rolled around, he transferred to Auburn and played for Auburn. And the same thing with the guy, the tackle from Alabama. He left in the December portal, went to Iowa, didn't play, came back in the spring and played for Alabama. So it's like I was sitting up there like, dude, I thought we had a starting left tackle. So that's the only reason I say that era with this era is harder.
It's
but
not.
Y'all can rebut it.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
It's not harder?
No, it's not harder. Here's the reason why it's not harder. Because for the simple fact, there is another guy in the portal that's willing to come in and take that job. Now the thing is, here's the thing. Mm-hmm. If you look at this from the perspective of a free agency pool without rules, it's actually pretty easy. Because the thing is, you look at it from the point of saying, who does not want to come to Auburn and play in the SEC?
A lot of people.
No. They don't want to come. They don't want to come right now because of the simple fact of, I'm not gonna say they don't want to. They are hesitant to come right now because of the simple fact of what they've seen so far on the field.
Right.
I say this all the time. People want to go where they have a chance to win. Sometimes it's not always about money. Money is a factor, but people want to go where they win. They want to do that. But the thing is, if you tell me that I get to go to Auburn University, I get to play in the SEC, and then now what's about to happen coming up next year, saying that we'll be able to have that the SEC is going to have 4 automatic qualifying spots, and I'm looking at what Auburn has on the roster right now at quarterback, potentially going to be the quarterback, and all I have to do is just have one of those 4 spots. Yes, I'm going to Auburn. It's not hard. It's not harder in this era.
Oh, bro, okay, let me ask you this, but in this era, it's not like Auburn is fishing in the portal by themselves. You see what I'm saying? When people say in this portal era, well, we can just go to the portal.
You can.
Dude, you gotta. But what I'm saying is, if it's a quarterback in the portal, it's not like Auburn is just fishing by themselves. For that quarterback, you have 100 and some teams bidding for that quarterback. It's like when people just say, yeah, just go get a quarterback from the portal, as if we're the only team going in the portal to get this defensive line, offensive tackle. You have 100 teams. Think about this, bro. Jeffrey Ember played at Auburn. We lost Jeffrey Ember to Texas Tech. In the modern era, hold on, what I'm saying, in the Gus era and in the Dye era, we probably don't lose a Jeffrey Ember to Texas Tech. The reason we lost Jeffrey Ember to Texas Tech more likely is because of NIL. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, when we talk about is the portal and like, yeah, we got the portal, we can just go get somebody. Dude, in that case, we wouldn't have missed on so many portal players that we wanted. The Riley Leonards and people like that is because other teams are actively in the portal. Kentucky with the linebacker they wanted for Georgia last year. Kentucky took him from us. So the portal isn't just like, man, a wish list that a team can go and I'm gonna just get somebody out the portal. It's other teams bidding against you. That's why I say it's harder. But go ahead.
When you competing for what's considered to be top level talent in the portal, yeah. But if this is the thing though, this is where evaluation comes in. Mm-hmm. If you can go out and there is let's for example, I'm gonna give you an example. Mm-hmm. Carson Beck jumped into the portal. He jumped in with a do not contact tag. If Carson Beck would have jumped in without that tag, I'm pretty sure there would have been at least 15 teams that would have reached out to him. Mm-hmm. In his mind, there were only maybe 3, maybe 4 teams that he was interested in going to anyway. So those other schools didn't even have a chance. Mm-hmm. Now, here's where evaluation comes into it. Instead of just looking at the top level talent, if there is a guy in the portal that you feel like you can develop, you go after him, because everybody's not looking at that. And you have a lot of guys that hop in the portal that's still in the portal right now. And you have a lot of guys that hop in the portal that end up going back to the schools that they transferred, that they opted to hop in the transfer portal in, because there was nobody that was willing to look at them because everybody's looking at the top guy. But I'm looking, if I'm a coach, I'm looking at those guys that second tier, maybe a third tier guy, looking at the tape to see what I can get out of it, to see how they fit my system. But we all, some of us, majority of us, we always want to look at the top level talent and see how they can come in and help us and do all the type of stuff. Nah, because you got a lot of guys that are freshmen and sophomores in this portal that don't have a lot of tape. They have some practice tape that you can go look at, and you can see what they did, and you can be like, yeah, this guy can help me. If I can do something right here with this guy. But we all get stuck on the Cam Wards. We get stuck on the Carson Becks. We get stuck on the Jackson Arnolds of the world in the portal instead of trying to evaluate the second tier or maybe third tier type guys that's in the portal that can actually help you as well. But, you know, it is.
That's a good point. Hey, Slay, you got anything on that?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Okay. Bubba says when Hugh took over, what Hugh took over is more comparable to what Tubbs took over. What Dye took over a worse dumpster fire. Okay. Gus made his job harder by himself. He never did evolve his offense. What? I'm glad. Marcus them ain't in this one, man. He took over a roster with a lifeline with transfer portal. Dye had no lifeline. But I would say this, like I said, with the transfer portal, back in the day when you didn't have the transfer portal, once you got players, you had them. They couldn't just leave. You feel what I'm saying? So that was an advantage for Dye, the era of Dye and saving them until the transfer portal came up. Though once you got a player, you had him. He couldn't leave because if he wanted to leave, he had to sit out a year. It wasn't no just transferring at random. That's, you know what I'm saying? So I would rather have the old. If I was a coach, that's why they're trying to get rid of at least one of these windows. If I was a coach, I would want the old era as far as transfers were concerned, because in that era they went to the junior college ranks to do what they're doing in the portal, but they were able to keep their roster, you know what I'm saying, and then go insinuate their roster in the junior college ranks. But like I said, now you can go try to get somebody and they be like, okay, dude, you done went and got a quarterback, I'm gone. And you like, oh, wait a minute. But you know,
you make an interesting point. You make an interesting point there with that, when you got a guy that they were with you. They were with you for the long run. I understand where you're coming from. But when you look at what Auburn was coming off of there, when you have a reduction of scholarships, that doesn't give you the flexibility to go out and actually recruit top talent, especially if you coming off of what Auburn was coming off of with those sanctions that they were on. So having those extra scholarships matter, because majority of the time, I mean, you look at SMU. It took SMU almost 30 years before they came back to where they are now. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
And you know, when you reduce scholarships so much, you have I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure you earmark a certain amount of scholarships of potentially of guys that you consider to be elite type guys. But then you also have a area of scholarships to where you say these scholarships are going to go to guys that are just going to be not just another guy, but workers on the team. They're not going to be, they're not going to be superstars. They're not going to be, bush league players. They're just going to be really good players for the team. So when you have a reduction of scholarships, you kind of have to just go to what's more of the safe bet, which is just really good players on the team, which kind of caps you out where you are on the talent side, because there's a difference between a guy who's just a really good player and a guy who's an elite player. There's a difference between this. This is no slight. This is no slight when I say these names, please.
Disclaimer.
This is disclaimer. I'm just saying, because we see this.
Okay.
There's a difference between a Terrell Zachary and a Julio Jones.
Sure.
So if you have a reduction of scholarships, you more than likely are gonna try to look more at that Terrell Zachary type guy, because the Julio Jones type guy is probably gonna end up going somewhere else. So it's just when you have those extra scholarships, it matters. That's just how I see it.
I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. Eric Darby said, which is harder, getting a trash roster or a trash program?
That's interesting. That's a good one.
That's a good one, man.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, man. Gus era, they were more dominant teams. Bubba says, this ain't about success. It's about who took over the worst situation. Stop glazing that man.
Who we talking about? Are we talking about? Who we talking about?
I guess he talking about you talk about.
I guess.
Talking about Gus.
Yeah, I think
you,
he's
need
like
to
Gus.
tell, you need to tell Travell and Marcus that.
Right. Yeah, that's true. He's not on here today. He said it's not DC. Okay. Hugh Freeze lost bad teams with less talent. Lost two bad teams with less talent. I got you. Second year, Cam Ward is better than Beck and Arnold.
Agree.
They should be one portal window after the season each year. And I agree. And that's what coaches are trying to fight, because it's two portal windows. It's like now it's like uncertainty. Now coaches, that's what's crazy. That's why they're talking about getting rid of the spring game. Or a reason is because of that second portal window. Is like, okay, we do this spring game and we showcase his talent, and then people like bid and people jump in the portal, and we lose our portals right before our portal players right before fall camp. So it put us in a bad position. You've like integrated this person in the off season into your offense and did all these things, and then they get in the spring game, do a good showing, and then they leave. Now you got to try to fish in the portal and get somebody and get them ready before the fall window. So more people said die. Salute. Only one person said Gus, and one person said my man Hugh Freeze. So with that said, so what's up? The Fighting Pat Dies win this debate.
He said the Fighting Pat Dies.
Fighting Pat Dies. Update. Recruiting. In-state. Not really much going on, man. We got people visiting. No, we don't have any potential commits. I don't think we have any. We have crystal balls. I think we have a crystal ball for an offensive lineman, but it's not it ain't heated up yet, man. So I'm looking for in-state recruiting to heat up right after spring, man. That's what I'm thinking. They're gonna get it cooking. They're gonna get it cooking. We're doing the spring, and right after spring, I think they're gonna get it back cooking.
Yeah, we getting into camp season, man.
Yeah.
It's we getting into camp season, so you're gonna start seeing a lot of people get offers. You can start hearing a lot about the 2027 class as well. A lot of guys getting offers there. I mean, you just getting into camp season. Like right now, it's just a dead period. It ain't really much to talk about. I mean, spring practice starts week after next, I believe, or something like the 25th, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, you'll start hearing some stuff coming out of spring camp. I mean, spring practices and stuff. But when it comes to recruiting, I mean, you're gonna see a lot of guys OVing like DC just said. But
yeah. Right now they just what I'm saying. Yeah. It's still going, but it's not any big news coming out right at this moment.
I mean, Big Cat is the first weekend of April, so I mean, you may get something there, but other than that, I understand.
Yeah, that's why I say like spring and right after spring, that's when we're gonna start ramping up, and we'll be talking about recruiting probably every day. You know what I'm saying? When that starts happening. Huggy, before we leave, he wants to know, man, should he record the intro, screen record while he do the vocals, or what's your best?
Yeah. Oh, you talking about for the intro?
Yeah.
He can just send me. He can just send me the. He can just send me the lyrics. Just send me the audio recording.
He said, just send the audio recording. Nick, where can they find you, my brother? Excellent show, man. Excellent takes, man. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, man. Try to do my best. Water Cooler Talk Sports. Here on these YouTube streets. 4 people away from hitting 600 subscribers on YouTube. So
let's do it.
We ask that y'all go over there and hit the subscribe button here on YouTube over there. Follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. Follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. So yeah, man, we appreciate y'all so much. We're gonna keep doing it as long as we possibly can. And then we'll keep it. And then when we can't, I'll hand it off to somebody else when that time comes. So it is what it is. You know what it is. But I don't plan on going nowhere no time soon. But we'll keep doing it as long as we possibly can.
That's what's up. Slade, where can they find you, Slade? What's up? Where can they find you? Appreciate you, Slade, man, on the bracket stuff, man. That jump was fire. Straight up.
No problem.
Okay.
Y'all can find me. I interact the most on X or Twitter or whatever you call it. And my handle is @Slasia_. Give me a follow. I follow people back, and make sure you fill out your March Madness brackets before Wednesday. That's
what's up. Don't be cheating, is what she's saying. And I am DC with Auburn Addicts-TV. You can find me on all platforms at Auburn__Addicts. at Auburn_Addicts on YouTube, Auburn Addicts TV, man. And we are on the push on the road to 2,000 subscribers, baby. Let's do it. Tell your mama, daddy, peepaw, your dog, your cow. Tell them to subscribe, man. I know they are watching, man. 46A, what's up, man? We will see y'all next time, man. Join the Water Cooler Talk podcast, Water Cooler Talk Sports during the week, man. My man Nick, my man Marcus, the mayor, man. See me in tight on Wednesdays on the Iron Bowl debates. That's the Alabama fan and the Auburn fan doing shows. All we do is fight on that show. So man, y'all want to see some shenanigans, man? Go over to tight and remember, Sharpshooters podcast also, man. We'll see y'all and War Eagle. Peace, y'all. Peace.